Hey, my name is Jethro. I believe that everyone can draw, and today we're going to bring our drawings to life by animating them using flipbooks. Let's jump right in and start making. We're not going to need this. Instead, I'm going to be using these today. These are just postcards. There's nothing special about them. They're just postcards that have a yellow spot painted on them. You can totally make these yourself, whether you use watercolor or crayons. Absolutely doesn't matter. These are just postcards, and I've got a big stack of them here, so we can make a few different flipbooks, which would be really fun. First things first, we need to decide what is actually going to happen in our flipbook. I think let's start nice and simple. Let's just get a person waving. I think that would be really fun. We need a person first though. When I draw people, I always start with the eyes. Let's get the eyes in there. Next up between our eyes, we have a nose and then a big happy smile. If I'm going too fast, just pause the video and then you can catch up and hit play and we can carry on drawing together. Next, my favourite bit, we get to draw the hair. We can go absolutely wild with the hair. I'm going to do some long curly hair like this, I think. Nice. Next, our person needs a body, so let's give her a body. Then some legs to stand on. And then remember, our person is going to be waving, so let's get their arms in a waving position. There's one arm with some fingers and a thumb, and then the other arm with some fingers and a thumb. And then maybe some stripes on her top. Very cool. This will be the first frame in our animation. Now what I like to do next, rather than just draw the next one, to help ourselves and make everything a little bit easier, I like to draw all the extreme poses in our animation, and then we can fill in the gaps. You'll see what I mean. But first off, everything about this is going to be the same apart from the hands. So I just need to draw my character out again. Eyes, nose and mouth with some wavy hair. And then her body. Okay, oh, and let's get those stripes in there now as well. It doesn't have to be exact, but try to make it pretty close. So the next thing is her arms are going to go up. So let's have her one arm going up like that to the highest point of her reach. And now we want the lowest point as well. So let's get that in there. Eyes, nose, mouth, wavy hair. Body. By the end of this, you'll be really good at drawing people because you'll have drawn so many of them. And then the lowest point of her waving her arms about. We've got a nice little series here. Now what we need to do is fill in the gaps. So there's probably, we've got in the middle, halfway up, all the way to the top, then we need a halfway up again because they'll be coming down, and then we need a middly one, and then a halfway down one, and then an all the way at the bottom one. If that doesn't make sense yet, don't worry, it soon will. Let's do this one. So we need to draw a person who's halfway between these two. Well, we know that almost everything is the same. Get the hair in there. Stripes. And then I missed a stripe. So halfway, the arms need to be halfway between these two. So this one is probably about there. Just not quite as high as this one. And this arm, this one comes out sideways like that. This one comes up all the way up like that, so probably needs to be a bit more like this. Good. A bit like that. Fingers and a thumb. Halfway between. Nice, okay. Now let's have a look. Between all the way up and all the way down. I think we need a middly one where the arms are perfectly horizontal. So let's draw that. That's it, so horizontal. Now we get to do our in-betweeners, two that go between these two characters, between these. So let's focus on this one. So this one is going to be very similar to this halfway one that we did earlier. Eyes, nose, mouth. As I said, you're going to be the best at drawing smiley mouths by the end of this. Stripes. And then we need our halfway arms. So if this character's arm is pointing all the way up like that, and this person's arm is pointing horizontal, we need a kind of sort of in-betweeny arm. Yeah, that looks about right. This arm's pointing up like this, and this one is pointing straight out. We kind of need a little bit of an in-betweeny arm. So let's do, maybe that wasn't quite high enough, but I think that's okay. That looks all right to me. Okay, let's stack them. Careful not to lose the order. Now we've got these two. We've got straight out and straight down. Let's draw the in-between of these two. Okay, so if this person's arms are horizontal, and these ones are all the way down, kind of needs to be almost down. So let's do it out like that, and that one out like that. And I think that about wrapped it up. Let's check it. Let's have a look. Let's get them all in order. Here's our first one. Arms straight out, and then they're moving up. So they move up a little bit, and then up a little bit more, and now they need to start going down again. So I think we're going down a little bit, and then straight out, and now we're going down a little bit more, and then all the way to the bottom. Hey, I think that looks pretty good to me. Let's have a look. Let's see what it looks like. This is my favorite bit of an animation because we get to see our creation come to life. So I've got all my postcards in the right order here. I'm going to grip them really tightly at the top and then flick through them slowly, and let's have a look. Ah, oh, fantastic! I am very pleased with that. That looks great. How about we take this to the next level and have someone playing with a ball? We're going to need our first frame of our animation. So let's draw a person. Eyes, eyes, nose, big smiley mouth, some spiky hair, I think, and a little ear. A body, they're going to need some legs, and maybe they are going to hold a ball. There we go. Now, what's going to happen in this animation is this person's going to drop the ball and it's going to bounce away. So why don't we get some of our most important frames added, some of the extreme ones. So he's got holding the ball, then what happens, he drops it and it falls on the ground. So let's draw the one where the ball is on the ground. So he's let go of the ball, he's holding his arms out, and then the ball has hit the ground. And when it hits the ground, maybe it squashes a little bit as well, like that. So it's not quite perfectly round, it's kind of squashed because it's hit the ground with a lot of force. And then it's going to spring up and bounce away. Because it bounces away, maybe he gets a bit sad. So let's draw that. Let's draw the one where it's bounced away, it's disappeared. So he's feeling he's a bit surprised maybe. So his mouth changes. Oh! The spiky hair doesn't change though. Little ear. Body. Little feet. And he's put his hands on his hips. He's all confused. And the ball has just disappeared off there, off the edge. Okay, we've got our 3 most important frames. Now we need to draw the in-between frames. So what's going to go between here and here? Do we reckon one picture is enough? I don't know if one is going to be enough. We might need a couple. Why don't we do one where he's just let go of the ball, and then one where the ball is about to hit the ground. Okay, so he's just let go of the ball, so it's this one, and then I nearly forgot the spiky hair. The ball has just started to fall. There's his arm. There's his other arm, just let go. Now, the ball is about to hit the floor, but it's not quite yet. Maybe he blinks as well. Draw his eyes closed, because he's blinking. Ear, body, legs. And, what happens next? His arms are about to be splayed out. They're currently there, so let's draw them kind of halfway between being splayed out. And then the ball is much closer to the ground, but not quite on the ground yet. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Holding ball. Ball is about to fall. It's falling, hits the ground. What's between here and here? I reckon we're probably gonna need 2 for this one as well. That's quite a big gap, isn't it? Okay, so we're probably going to need the ball springing up and then flying away before it pretty much completely disappears. So let's do the first one. Because it's gonna spring up, maybe it kind of squashes but the other way. So rather than squashing this way, it squashes this way. You'll see what I mean. Little oval there, it's springing up. Now, between here and here, our ball needs to be about here because it's just about to disappear. And what else is gonna be different? Oh, he's gonna start putting his hands on his hips and his mouth is gonna change as well. Maybe between here and here, he closes his mouth so that he can then be surprised. So let's do the eyes, little nose, closed mouth, spiky hair, ear, body, leg, and then, he's about to start putting his hands on his hips. And then the ball is about to disappear. Hey, I think we're nearly done, you know? Let's have a look from the beginning. See what happens. He's got the ball. Let's go of it. It's falling, it squashes on the ground, and then it starts to rebound, and then it's flying away before it disappears entirely. Let's have a look. My favourite part. Gotta make sure I get these in order. I think I've nearly got them in the wrong order. It's all right. Get them all nicely aligned, hold them tight, and let's flick through and see what happens. How good does that look? Oh, that's so simple and only took us about 10 minutes. Have a go at making your own flipbooks. Maybe send me a video of them. I'd love to see what you make. And I just love how simple this is, but all of your favorite cartoons, they're all made this way, using the very same techniques of drawing the important frames and then filling in the gaps. And using this method, you can start to animate some really complex things. Thank you so much for drawing with me today. This was a ton of fun. We made some pretty complex animations. I can't wait to see what you do, and join me again for another video next week.